Hello, hello everyone. Hey, I see a lot of haze and 38 hackers joined us. That's great. Um, and no, I did not forget you, Krish. Second link, I think it's posted right above in the chats. And yep, please do check in because second gives you points and points helps you to like climb up the leaderboard and then brag about your points later. So yep, do check in and then uh we'll write a hop into our session. Do I check in even if I'm not attending GSW? Uh, I'm not sure. I mean, you don't have to if you're not attending it. If you don't want swags or stickers, of course. Well, I am super excited to bring this session to you all, and This session will be covering like most of the part which I did not cover at the time when I taught Linux in GSW December, I guess. Yes. So yeah, Intro to Linux. I did that workshop in last GSW, and I brushed up on a little with bash scripting and commands, but this time we are going to uh, deep dive into it. And so this will basically have three parts. Thank you, Wei. Yep. So this will basically have three parts. First one, today we will be looking into some basic commands like get you comfortable with Bash and tell you how it works, what kind of commands you all can use, and then uh, tomorrow we will be diving into the Bash as programming language and how you can use it to create scripts, and we will be brushing on some basic concepts which will help you create a simple script. And at the end of part 3, we will have a script which will make your lives easier. Like we will be accomplishing something which we think is boring, and we can do it just by click of one script. So like we will execute it and boom, our work is done. So that's what we are going to discover in intro to bash scripting intro to bash scripting method sorry sessions. And today is the part 1. So this will be a very chill out session. We will just looking into some basics, and yep, we will get started into it. If you have any questions, uh I'll be answering them in between too, so don't worry. I don't know bash, but I use Linux and I have one alias. Ooh, that's cool. I mean, I think it does everything at once, but I am a little scared of git add because once you do git add, it adds all of your changes and might even mess up something. So, hello, MLH community members and attendees. How are you today? What is the session? All right. This session is about bash scripting. If you haven't heard, I'll just repeat it again. So, we will be discovering how to make scripts using bash as a language, and today we will be diving into some basics. So, yeah, just to get comfortable with bash, and bash is like universal now. It does not need you don't have to be only on Linux, only on Mac, or uh, Windows. Anything with bash works. So yeah, this does not need an OS. Alrighty, alrighty. I see we have a lot of folks, so let's get started. Welcome everyone to Intro to Bash Scripting Part 1. And this is Global Hack Week January 2023. New year, new topic. I'm super excited. Let's get started. So, first, a little overview. So we will go with my introduction. Then I will give some background about Bash, like how it started. If we have the like common misconceptions or some common questions about Bash, and then we will be diving into some more commands like changing directories, how we can use some methods which are old now, but we can still use them, and those are really nice to do with. And get our work done. And then we will be looking into more like locate, which history, some commands like that, and we will be diving into editing. And I will be explaining what sudo, root, or file permissions. If you have heard of some words like sudo do this, sudo apt install something, you might have seen those in Twitters. But yeah, so I will be explaining that basically. Link to the slides, I will share it right after the session. All right, so let's get into it. Hey folks, if you haven't seen me before, I am Karuna and I am a coach at Major League Hacking, and I'm also a big fan of Linux and a huge distro hopper. I recently bought a Mac, but before this, I used to like distro hop everywhere. Like I used Ubuntu for an year, then hopped on to Fedora, then Linux Mint and whatnot. So you name a distro, I probably used it. So yeah, and I really love how Linux is like really vast and there's so much to explore in it. So yeah, I'm a big fan of it. True Legends. Okay, Krish, don't give spoilers right now. All right. So a little background about Bash. So what is Bash? Now you might have heard like words like terminal, command line, and now I'm saying Bash. What is it actually? So Bash, the terminal is the GUI. GUI is graphical user interface, which you basically see the window that you can see on screen, and it takes commands and shows the output. So Bash is basically the software which runs inside it, and it interprets and executes all the various commands that we type in the terminal. So it is a shell environment, you can say. And we also have some questions like, what is ZSH? Now, some people might have heard of the word ZSH, and if not, it is similar to Bash, but there is not much of a difference in between. Like ZSH is built on top of it. Let's say this is a Linux distro, and Linux distro has a base, right? Like there are so many distributions based upon Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a separate distro again, but there are various distributions based on it. Like let's say Zorin OS is based on Ubuntu again, so it is built on top of it. So it will still be using all the commands which the original distro uses, but yeah, but Bash is most popular. Yep. And ZSH and Fish are for productivity. Yep. True, true, true. And so, if you are still using ZSH in your laptops or your desktops, you don't have to leave this session or install Bash again. You can do it with ZSH. If you have Bash, you can change it. I have basically two environments in my terminal. Let me just show. Uh, we okay. I have my Bash here. So yeah, I have to add it. Yep. So this is how it looks like, and the current default session is bash, as you can see it here. But if I do run this command, and I paste it here, and this will change like my shell from ZSH to, sorry, bash to ZSH. So once I close and I open it again, I constantly need to present my screen. Okay, and now you can see that it is ZSH. See? It's just a simple command which is like this. So bin slash bash, and if I change this bash to ZSH, it will change to ZSH. And you can do all of this on like either of on ZSH or bash, doesn't matter. So the session is open for everyone. So I'm gonna close this and present my slides again. Give me a second. All right, think we are back. Yep. Krish is giving notes for you all straight in comments. All right. So once we are done with this, let's get started with oops. Yeah, I should open my terminal probably. And yep, and here we are. So first things first, we will start with some basics which like you might have not done in the past. So let me quickly tell you what we can do with commands. So there are some basic commands which we can execute in our terminal without using anything. Like we don't even have to use our folders or use anything at all. So first, let's say what is in my home directory. So since this shows that I am in my home directory right now, and there is no folder name, nothing. It just in my current directory. So let us see what's there, and I'm gonna do a simple command called ls, which will show what all there are. So first, I can see the folders which are present, like desktop, library, pictures, bash rc, homebrew, designathon, etc., etc. And yeah, so if you see this and you are here, it shows that you are on a regular user place, like in the home directory, and you have the permissions of a regular user, and you are not in root. And in some Linux distros, it is this dollar sign instead of percentage. So basically, all Linux distros use this dollar sign in front of it, but weirdly in Mac we have percentage. And now we also can see what current working directory we are in. So if we do pwd, so it shows I am in user slash karuna. So this is where I am the user, and this is my username, like the laptops. So and ls also assumes that we are in current folder. So whatever folder you are in, it will show everything. So if you do cd to some folder, let's say documents, and now I am in documents. And if I do ls here, ls won't assume that I am in the home folder. Since I changed it, it is in documents, and it will show whatever I have in the documents folder. And if I do cd, I will come back. If I do cd and there's a sign called tilde like this, and it also represents home directory. So if I do this, I'll still be in the home directory. So you can just do cd, or you can use this small symbol like that. Okay, I see some comments. Sorry, I see some questions here. What is Bash used for? What applications can we deploy using? What are the differences between Bash and Shell? Mm, when to use in order to use each one of them, Bash or Shell? Okay, Krish is giving answers to it already. So I'm gonna highlight it if anyone else have the same questions. The Bash is used for interacting with Linux. Bash can be used to make terminal interfaces. Bash is a shell is a type of program, while Bash is the program. Okay, there you go. You got answers by a hacker, and I love a hacker commenting on and helping out others. Awesome. So, yeah, we can do ls like this, or we can also do ls via like just putting our uh, folder path. Let's say I want to see user slash, and if I type documents just like this, It'll still give me, oops, it'll still give me the same output. And now, what else we can do with LS? We can find out a whole hidden treasure inside our laptop which we don't even know it's there. So I'm gonna do ls and add a flag which is hyphen a, and it gives me some weird file names like .config, .docker, and these are all dot files which we don't usually find in our laptops. Like when we open our folders, we don't see it out there. But if we do LSA, we get to see all of this. And we can also do ls L, and we see some more stuff written on it alongside this. So these are not the dot files; these are just the files which we got in the starting. So, and we also have something here which I will explain in like a little bit. And we will also try something like this. Ls, I'll do two flags at the same time. There you go. So these are more with ls, and so we got dot files here, we got the normal files here, along with the permissions here. So these are the permissions, and you can see there are a lot more things to discover. So I'll quickly go back to my presentation. Let me share it again. All right. So here you can see that this is the basic file structure of wherever, like in a Linux distro or in anywhere. So basically, there is one root which starts, and then inside the root there are different types of folders or directories present. So we can see a bin, boot, dev. Oops, I did not add. Yeah. Now, there is root, bin, boot, dev, etc. Home, and all of these directories. And we are basically interested in this home directory because that's where usually a user creates their accounts or have all of their information in. So we are interested in this folder. All right. And I will again share my terminal. There we go. Now, what else we can do is we can also do autocomplete in here. So first we can like do cd, and I know, so this will just autocomplete when I say, when I press tab. So you don't have to write everything there. So this is a cool feature, and most of us are lazy, I know. So if you do this do and try tab, it will give you options. This is nice, right? So now you can see that we got two options, which is documents and downloads. Now we can choose in between if you want to, like, this is also a cool way of locating files. Like, I want to locate some directory which starts with D, but I don't remember the name. So I will do cd and tab, and now it will give me all the folders which are present with the name starting with D, and I can choose, let's say, desktop, and now I am in desktop, right? Now we know it's complete, and now we can do, uh, we can also do one thing which is if we are in like some folder and we are working and we forgot where we are. So let's say I am currently in desktop, but I might have a folder which is way inside my file system somewhere. So this is not like visible to me and I don't know where I am. So what you can do is you can do push V and it will show me where currently I am. So I am currently in the desktop. Now you can also do let's say push V dash and we are now in the etc folder. So we can also do popd, which will bring. Why would you not know where you are? I mean, it could happen, right? Like, let's say I am working with a file I randomly opened, and it could be like I'm fixing something internally, and I might not know where I am in the current folder, or might mess up something, and I might need to know where I currently am. So I might need the file path or something like that. So this will help you to get that. So we can also do popd and you will go back so you don't have to do cd every time. So if you are way inside a folder, let's say desktop slash something, and you are way inside and you gotta do cd everywhere. Yeah, I'm sitting in front of my monitor. Uh, wait, lol. I mean, see, let's say, yeah, but this prints it out, right? Like, I might need to know the current folder name or the path where I am. So if I keep on doing CD, it will just bring me back. But let me say, if I go inside uh, some dot folders, let's say DS store, that is one. Okay. Okay, that is a file. But yeah, you get the concept, right? Pushd and popd don't work for me. Yeah, they are really old commands though. You can also type to that. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna highlight this comment. I use that by the way. Alright, moving on. And yeah, where was I? I forgot. What is Arch? Good question. So Arch is basically another Linux distro, but you can build it from the scratch. So basically, other Linux distros such as Ubuntu or Fedora comes with a lot of pre-installed applications, and it's for anime people. No, it's not for anime people. It's for everyone. I used Arch once. So basically, you build it from scratch. Like you decide what's there. There is going to be on your computer, and it won't have any pre-installed apps. It will be very custom built, I can say. flex I'm using. Oh, the memes say this. Oh, also, in Linux, I'm sure the like you can see the file extensions in Mac, but in Linux, when you do ls, you don't usually see any file extensions. When you cd, and when I do ls, you can see that where the file extensions are visible, like .pdf, .docs, .pages, etc. And in Linux, I don't think there are file extensions visible. But in case you need to know what type of file it is, you can just do file and you can use the name of the file. Let's say cover letter. And oof, I made a typo. It does not work for me too because I make mistake. Um, I don't want to open it. I want to see. Okay, can I just go back? Just a minute. No, no, no. I don't want to do that. This is something else. I know what that is. And we can also, yeah, cd slash, and I do the list. And now I do file. This is for like when you don't have file extensions and you don't know what type of file it is. Hmm, there is the mistake. Hmm, not PDF. Let me try this. Okay, so this wasn't the full name, but in Linux, what happens is you don't get this file extension, you don't get this .pdf. When you don't get it, you can just do it with using cover letter, and now you see that cover letter.pdf. It is a PDF document version 1.3, and it has 2 pages, so it gives all of the information about it. That's what I was trying to do. So yeah, we can do it using like pages. Let's see what information it gives. So yeah, when you type in the name using file, it gives like it says cover letter.pages is zip archive data, at least some version, and it shows the compression method and everything information related to that file. So that's what you can do using the file command. And now we will see how we can locate files using this. Let's say, let's go back. And let's say I want to locate a file which I don't know where it is, but I just know its name. So let's say I want to locate. mm, okay, so it gave me a whole data. From here, I guess, where is it? Oh, okay. So the database is not there. So once you like create the database, it will show you how to locate files easily. So once we can do this, let me copy this command and paste it. And this will take a little bit of time. No, it did not take. Okay, that was fast. So again. Hmm. Okay, operation is already in progress, so let I think we should wait a little bit. And once it's done, I think we can see that. But yeah, we can also do sudo update db. So what it does is it just updates the database and it can show what all files are there in our system. And now that locate command will be easily accessed. So, wait for a while. I'll skip this part for now, and we'll do this at the end since it's I think it's already in progress here. So yeah, uh, in other like times, you can also do which command. So which command shows some progress, like uh, show some information about the commands which you don't know. So let's say I don't know what is brew, so I will do which brew. Where will it go? Which if it is installed, it will show where it is located inside your system. So you do which, and it will show the path of the command. So if you install something new on your system, you can also check using this which command. So you will know that it's installed properly. And yeah, by this you can tell that it is installed already in this path. Something making scraping sounds is being picked up. Scraping? I'm not sure. I don't have a cat to scrape, and I'm not scraping anything. Yep. All right. So we can see now that Linux or Bash is not an easy way. Like it's not very easy, and you might get stuck in between, and you might need some help. So uh, let's see some of the ways in which we can get help when we are stuck in Linux. So,
Stop it. Get some help.
okay. Oh, it did not play. Oh, okay.
Stop it. Get some help.
When you are stuck in Linux or when you are stuck in Bash, please get some help. And yeah, let's go back to our terminal. All right. Now, if you're stuck and you don't know what commands you can execute, uh, we will see something like this way. And if you don't know what you have done or which command you have executed previously, you just copy pasted it from the website and you don't know what it's doing, and you want to try that command again and you forgot, so you can do history, and it gives you a whole lot of commands which you have previously executed. Isn't this so cool? It can store up to 1,000, I guess, the recent commands which you have executed in your command lines. And you can also do what is, and using what is you can see. some more information. So it will match. See, you can see that displays a calendar, date and time. So what is cal? It shows what it is actually and gives you some information. And also do. I think Krish already told that in chat, but I'm gonna tell you once again. So there are some manual pages for some of these, like let's say man cal, and it might show you a manual page, general commands manual, so you can see all the commands which are here. And if you're stuck somewhere, you can get help using this command. So you can see everything, tons of highlighting if you use the H flag and J and E and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a manual page for the command cal. So and you can exit it whenever I exit it, just goes away. Need to share. It's back. Yep. And you can also do man command. So you can see the manual page of the man command. You can see there are a few more commands like man, apropos, and what is to display online manual command documentation pages. You can see description of the man command, finds and displays an online manual documentation pages, and it restricts the search to specific section of the manual. So you can see what all it provides and etc. etc. And yep, let's go back. Okay. And now we can also try to do some more stuff, which is making directories or folders. So this is like a really basic command, and you might have learned this in my Linux intro to Linux session. But yeah, using mkdir, and you can type in names. Let's say if I type in 3 to 4 names, it will give me all of these folders right in my computer. So I'm gonna press, and if you see no error, it executed perfectly, and we can do ls to see if those are there. And now I see folder 2 file and again a folder, so these are the ones I created right now. And you can also do yeah, now you can also remove these. So we can do rmdir, and I will do folder, and let's do ls. Now we can see that folder 2 is gone. With the remove commands, there is one command which is like highly dangerous, and I would not suggest to do it, which is rm and star. So let's not execute it, but I will just tell what it does. So rm star just delete everything, wipe off everything your computer. So don't do it. And also rm star file name or folder name does the same thing, but to the inside, to the contents of the folder. So if you do folder, okay, it does not remove the folder, but it does remove the file. So rm, if I do, to, I'll try to do it to some file. Let's try making some file. Let's go into folder and let's make some file. So how can you make a file? You can use touch command, touch file one, and let's try ls. Now there is file one. So touch command basically what it does is If the file does not exist already in your system, it will make it for you. But if the file is already existing, let's say touch file 1 is existing and I touch it and I do no changes on it, it will just change the date. So if you wanna like update some files, you like if you wanna update your bash RC or you just wanna save some changes which you did in your profile, so you can just do touch and you can write the file name and then press enter. It will do the changes. It will save it or basically update it. And yeah, now we have the file and now let's try the command rm star, and now I will do the file one and now let's do ls. It's gone. So RM using star is very dangerous. So only star, don't do it. If you are doing it in a folder, uh, make sure that those are. Can we do read and write in that file? Yes, you can. I'm getting to that point. So yep, you can do that using touch. You can try that too, and we can also do using cat. So cat is another command which you can do. So let me try that. So wait, let me make one file first. Try to. Now I wrote hi there, and let's try the list. Okay, it created another file, and we will do that file name. And now you using this cat command, it just gave me a command prompt like it's blinking there. And cat file one, yes, we can do that. We can using two greater signs there. We can do that, and I can do hi, hey, something, and then I can just exit, and we can see cat file. It will still do the same thing, but what one greater sign does is it will just rewrite everything which was already present. Let's say I wrote hi and hey here using these two signs, it will be there. And if I do using one greater sign, this yo will rewrite all of the content in the file which was already there. So that will erase these two and it will just use the yo. So only that will be visible. So we can do ls. No, we can see the file now. Let's see. Let's file. Okay, we can see using the less command. We can see there is only yo written here. And if I do using cat file two, and let me try using this. Wait, I'll do something again something, and I will go back there. And now let's see using the less command again. We can access the file, and now you see yo, hey, hey, and all of these are visible. And let's try again once with one single line. It's the same file, and now you saw that all of these text are present. And let's see if we overwrite. So I will write, yep, it does. And now I'm gonna go out of it. See, it overwrote everything which was there. And we can also do using more. So more command, if you have a file, it just shows here. So it doesn't open up a separate screen. And in less, you can also search the keywords in there. So if you like use the arrow keys to search in between, what does happen? It went too far. And you can see, yep, since it just had two lines, it's not working well. But if you have a file which has a lot of text in there, use the less command because less is more. So you can do more stuff with less command, but in more you can just navigate the text file using spacebar and it will go scrolling down. And we can also use another command which is nano. So what does nano do? It just opens up a file editor. So right in your terminal, you can write anything, you can make the changes, something like that, and then you can control X and answering yes since we have to save it and file name done. And we can view this and we can also do cat file name. I think I already explained that. There is also something cool. So what you have to do is uh, we can try out ls. Something's up with the mic. Uh, is it clear now? So you all know what ls does, right? So ls just let's list everything up. I'm gonna go out of it. Okay, that's good. So ls and I will do al tab all, and what I will do is I will write this and then I will try getting everything in that. So I will create a text file. So what this is doing is it's printing everything into a text file. So I will do some ls out dot exe and I will execute it. Now let's try viewing by what we got in that file ls out dot exe and we can see what we got. So we got all of this uh, output in the text file and we can see there are permissions and we will get into permissions a little bit in a little bit. So yeah, that's what it does if you do ls al. So it prints everything and it transfers it to a text file which is we can you can rename it anything you want. So ls out or you could just do out.txt or any text file and you can view it using the less command and there you go, you have it. Now let's get into permissions. I have made a simple graphic here, so this will help you understand how permissions actually work. Okay, next slide. This is not it. It went too far. This is done.
Stop.
Okay, there we go. And yeah, now in the terminal you might have seen some D, R, V, W, X, something, something. What does all that mean? You might be thinking that some gibberish written there and that's nothing. you need to know about, but yes, that is something you need to know about absolutely. Uh, so what it does is first RWX, R is for read, W is for write, and X is for execute. And there are three types of permissions. So you see 4 to 1. So all this adds up to 7. This adds up to 7. This adds up to 7. And what you can do is like you can see the first privilege is given to the user. So you can do everything on your computer. So you get all of these permissions. And the second is the group, which is accessed by someone else. And last one is for everyone. So you don't want your files to be accessed by everyone, right? You need oh, I did not add it. Okay, now it is. Okay. So now you see RWX. R is for read, write is for W is for write, and X is for execute. And you can see that there is one in green called user. So this is what your permissions are. So basically, uh, the first privilege is given to the user, and second goes to the group, and last is for everyone. So if you open up the permissions for everyone, then everyone will be can access your files, execute some apps or execute some scripts, and we don't want that, right? It can mess up your system. So what we get to do, let me share it again. What are user group? Users are you. So basically, this is your computer, and you are using it, right? So if you like want to write out a file, read out a file, or execute a file, all those permissions are given to you. And group is someone else outside of your capability. Let's say I am the user, and there are still some groups which can access my files. Uh, and there is everyone. So we do not want to open up permissions for everyone. We can open up permissions for group in case you are working on some company laptops, or let's say you are working on a laptop which is used by so many people. So you can use that, and I will show you some tricks with that. Wait, okay, it's clear. All right, great. So you know sudo, right? Sudo basically stands for, let me clear out this. Sudo basically stands for super user do. So you are the super user. You are the one using this computer and have permissions to do it. And yes, do as super user, correct. And sudo minus s gives you root permissions for some time. Like you are going inside, like beyond the super user is the root user. So if you do sudo slash s, it will ask you your password, and now you can see that you are the root user. This hashtag symbol represents the root, and this gives you like a temporary access to the root, and this will time out. Like after some time you will be kicked out of root and you will back to sudo. So this is for safety purposes. Is it similar to an admin? Yep. And it is like for safety purposes you get kicked out because you don't want anyone to mess up with the system. So you this this flag here hyphen s gives you some timely access to the root user, and you can simply put exit and it will exit out of the root. And using root, like when you mess up your Linux system, you need to be as a root user, and then you have to fix it. So yeah, and you can also do su hyphen some username, if you have more than two or three accounts in your laptop, let's say I am using this laptop and someone might also be using this laptop with their account. So if you want to log in to their account, you can do that. So if you replace the username with the name of another user who is using your laptop, you can log in to their account. So since I don't have any account, it says sorry, there is no another account on my laptop currently. I'm the only one using it, so this command is not executable. But if you have two or more users, you can do this, and you will be logging into their account. And also, we can, yeah, now permissions, right? So I will try out in what this is. So you can see drwx for everything. So I have almost permissions for everything, and I can read and write every uh, file here, even execute. How to create another user account? I think you can do that when you are logging into your Windows, or you can just say you have two or more accounts. You can create in that. So let's say I am in my account and I can sign out and I can create another account there using some Gmail ID or with some another password. That depends on the GUI of your uh, OS. Like in Windows, you can create some other user account going into settings and stuff. And what is plus and at the rate in the end? Plus and at the rate I see. Okay, I think that's, oh, not sure. Let me do my homework on this. I'm not sure what the plus and at the rate is because this is my first time trying to do Bash on Mac. I have done it in Linux before. So yeah, let me do my homework and get back to you. So I will show you something else which is called chmod. So what this chmod does is you can change the permissions with using for a file. So let's say chmod and x stands for execute. So give uh, I will remove the permission of execution from some file. Let's say bash bash rc doesn't have execute. Let's say designathon. Okay, it's executed. Now let's do ls l again, and let's see the permissions of designathon. Now that x is gone. You see, this doesn't have a x, and designathon here had an x here. So this is how you can remove the execution permissions from some files or folders, and you can also do this. So chmod, uh, you can do it for bits. So as I explained in the previous slide, you have seen that R has some 4 bits assigned, W has 2 bits assigned, and X has 2 bits assigned, 1 bit assigned. And you can see, let me share that. R, let me do that. Okay. Chmod R, I think it will remove the read permissions, design on LSL, and let's see. Yes, it did. It removed the read permissions too, and I just have the write permissions for designathon. So whatever flag you used in front of chmod, it will remove that. And let's try putting that back. Chmod plus design. And let's go back and see if we got it. What we did is plus X, and Designathon got the execution permission back. Can we run this commands on Windows? Yes, if your command like Windows has Bash. Oh, yep, you can. Bash is universal now, so you don't have to worry about any OS. And let's try, what did we remove previously? I think we removed read. So I'm going to add plus that. Yes, you can run git bash. That works. And we try it again. And we see that we have added all the permissions which we removed previously. So it has read permissions, write permissions, and execute permissions again. And we can also do this. So you can use the bit chmod and 644. I will do 644. 6 is for, let me present that. One second. Yeah. So here you can wait. I have to share. Hmm. So here you can see that are assigned to 4 bits, write is assigned to 2 bits, and execute is assigned to 1 bit, and it totally makes 7, right? So if you want to add permissions for all of these at one time, let's say you want to add permissions for user, group, and everyone, and let's say I want to add only read permissions for everyone. So let's say I assign it 4, and in group I want to give them read and write permissions. So we are giving them 4 bits and 2 bits. So what is 4 plus 2? It's 6. And for users we are giving read, write, and execute. So we are giving 4 plus 2 plus 1, which is 7. So what exactly did we get? We get 7 for user. We got 6 for group and 1 for everyone. Sorry, we got 4 for everyone. So it is 6, sorry, 7, 6, and 4, right? 7, 6, 4. And see, wait. No, no, you don't have to use R anymore. So since we are using numbers here, you don't have to use R. You just have to do the number and the file name. Let me do that. Just a bit. Okay. And here you can see that we were doing 7, 6, and 4, right? Now I got 777 means okay. That's good. Alright. So we got 674 and I will assign it to Designathon, and again do LSL, and let's see what permissions we have for Designathon. Okay. think, think we have all the permissions there. We have uh, read, write, execute, and read and write, and R. Yes. So two, first three, read, write, execute, are for the users, right? And the next two are for the group, the read, write, and the only R which we are seeing here is for everyone. So you can only read my data. This is what the permissions I gave for Designathon. And here you can see that Designathon previously had execute permissions and write permissions for group and execute permissions for everyone. But now I removed that and now I have only read permissions for everyone, read and write permissions for group, and read write execute for user. That's what we can do. We can also like do the best thing I would suggest is use 644 for files. 644. So basically, 6 gives you read and write permissions. 4 in the group gives you read permissions and again read permissions for everyone. So that is best for files. And if you are doing directories, I would say 755 because like for directories we need to open up. So we need execution permission. We need also others also need the execution permission. So we need we need read and execution permissions for group and read and execution permissions for everyone since it is a directory and it needs to be opened up. So yep, we will need 755 for directories and 644 for files. We would not want to do 777 for all because this will open the permissions for everything and that file or folder won't be secure at all. Please explain it again. Okay, which part was confusing? So yeah, what I was explaining is let's say you have a directory called documents and for documents if you want to access the files inside of it you need to open up that directory, right? 755, yes, direct. So if you have a document folder or a directory and you need to find the files which are inside of it and first things first we need to open up that directory. So you need the execution permissions which is x. So x is like uh, one bit and then you need if you are the user you need read and write permissions which will again read permissions is 4 bits, write permissions is 2 bits. So user gets the first number 7 which is 4 to 1 execution, write and read. So you can open up the directory, you can read the contents and you can write in the content. Okay, 7 is clear. Now for group uh, we also need to give them execution permissions because it is a directory. It needs to be opened up for anyone to read. If the directory is closed, then no one can read the contents outside of the directory, right? So we are giving them execution permissions, which is 1, and we are giving them read permissions, which is 4, right? So 4 plus 1, 5. So you got 7 and 5. Now, for everyone, we are doing the same. We are giving them read permission 4 and execution permissions 1 to get 5 again. So that is 755. Got it? If you just set the file to 666, you cannot execute that file. So user gets 6, which is read and write. Group gets 6, which is read and write. Everyone gets 6, which is read and write. Doesn't make sense, right? 666 is the best form. You don't get execution options. I think user needs execution options. And not others need execution options. So everyone, you don't want execution options to like give it away to all. Everyone can read and write. I mean, if you want to, that's why we have these codes, right? Like it depends on you if you want to open up read and write permissions for everyone or not. If you don't want it, you can just give them read permission. If you don't want anything at all, you can just skip that part. Let's try skipping that part actually. Let's just do 6.4. Now do LSL. Let's see if there are no permissions for designathon. And yes, there are no permissions for everyone. We gave read permissions to one and read and write permissions for the user. That's done then. Everyone like they can't even access my folder now. Group can access, but only read it, and I can read and write it. So first number for directory, second first number is you, user, basically you, the one who's using the computer right now. Second is for group, third for everyone. Correct. Good question. Zero. I haven't tried it. I think it will give the same output. Designathon, design. No, it did not give the same output. It just took away all the permissions, I guess. I just have read, but no one has write permissions here. Am I right or am I right? I think no. 640 is a different command. It did something else. Which I haven't tried it yet. So yeah, we can. Yeah, that's all about the permissions for now. And if you get stuck sometimes in the terminal, let's say you are executing some command pasted from the website and you don't get any prompt to like go out of it or you can't exit at all, what you can do, uh, I will show you. Let's say I have executed some command. Watch. So what is the prompt? Yes, control C. Yep, you can do that. That's what I was going to tell. And you can also do one more thing, kill. So kill command works for some applications which are stuck. Like let's say I am opening Safari right now, and if I say that my Safari is stuck, and now I need to kill Safari, right? Now I will do kill all, and I can just write the name of the application which is stuck. So, matching processes. Oh, did I actually stop it? No. Or wait, I need to find Safari's name. I think it's not. But okay. Let's say I have Finder open. In macOS there is Finder, so I can kill that app. Wait, kill all. I can do Finder, and it killed my Finder. So it just closed. And you can also do like let me open my uh what should I open? Okay, let me open Discord. I can show this on full screen, I guess. Let me share my whole screen. Okay. Now I have Discord open and I will try doing fill all Discord. Oh, what is happening? Wait, I have my Discord open and then fill all Discord. Okay. That was screen. Oh, the screen is not visible here. Now it should be. Now let's say I am opening up Discord and now let's say my Discord is stuck and I can't do anything to it. Now I want to close it. I will open my terminal and I will write fill all Discord and done. Boom, it's gone. Why are Discord ending in discord.dmg? I mean, uh, Mac uses .dmg files because it is enough to damn. What? So that's another method where you can use your terminal to kill some processes which you don't want it to be there. That was a bad joke, right? Hmm. I'm thinking about it. Can you show how to install? I am not on my Linux machine right now, so I probably can't do it. But yeah, for you, let's get into- I think you can just download it and use make a bootable USB and just plug it into your computer. You go to like click on F12 or F11 for some computers. Click on it, like hold it, and then you will get the boot menu, and then you choose the drive, and then it will install. That's what I have been doing. Gentoo has to be compiled yourself. Ooh, I never used it. No, no, I think it does because this is what it says. I think it does work. They have an ISO image available. Download suitable for an USB stick or a dual layer. DVD boots directly into KDA Plasma and comes up with a ton up to date software. Hey, it does. Okay, NASA computational comparison. See, it says new Gentoo Live UI ISO and hardcore panel. I think it does exist now. Not everyone uses Gentoo Crash, so MLH is not gonna ship those. Windows users can enable WSL and install Ubuntu via Windows Store on both Windows 10 or Windows 11. There you go. Use VPN on. Yep, that is cool. Virtual machines that work too. So I guess that is for today's Bash scripting. So I hope you all got comfortable with Bash right now. And tomorrow we will be looking into variables and we will be looking into some small functions and how to use it. Mm, it will open videos for a minute. Just in case you want to silently know everything or spy on them. No, I don't want to spy on anyone. I'm a good person, unlike you. Alright. So yeah, where was I? Yeah. So tomorrow we are going to look into how bash scripting can be done via like your normal functions, variables, functions, stuff which you usually do in your programming languages. And then day after tomorrow, we will be actually making a small project with Bash, and it will be super fun. And I hope you all like it. So, yep, that's for today. And we also have a Chrome Dino session happening next. No, it's not Chrome Dino. We have Bob Ross session. So we will be painting, which will be happening at 2:30 soon. So do join us, and we will have some break, like all this technical stuff going out of my brain. I don't want this anymore. So we will have a small break with Bob Ross, have some beautiful paintings. We will surround ourselves with calmness and amazing music. So yeah, why do you want to track me though? It's okay. He's just kidding around. All right, folks. So I will leave you all now, and you all can explore Bash again and again. If you have any questions, you can uh, ping me on Discord, or I am available. Like can you see? I don't think you can see, but I am on Twitter, which is Starlight Moon, so you can follow me. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to help. So yeah, folks, I will leave you all now, and we'll meet again with Bob Ross. So till then, bye.